So we are back with another video in the series on mastering the basics. If you watched our previous video, it's on mastering the snatch. So we give a very cursory overview of how to perform the snatch, what it is, common problems, and then how to program it effectively. Today we are going to do the split jerk. So we're going to talk through the basics of the split jerk, very big picture, 40,000 foot view focus. And then we're going to cover some common faults, how to correct them, maybe a few exercises you would use to remediate the issues. And then we can go over some programming considerations as well. Split jerk is the second part of the clean and jerk. There's the clean, then there's the jerk. It starts with the bar on the shoulders in what's called the front rack position. That means the bar is right on the edge of the anterior deltoid or the front muscle of the shoulder. It sits right in that little crease. You're gonna get your shoulders up and forward, your hands out, your elbows slightly down, slightly pointed down. Not here, we're not here. We're slightly in between, shoulders are pressed up and forward, and we're balanced when we're in our front rack position, right in front of the ankle, right in front of the tongue of our shoe, right? So around that general area. Also the lateral malleolus, which is this little bump on the outside of your ankle. So you're in this position, balanced right in that point, okay? The jerk's initiated by dipping down. Your hips are gonna shift back slightly. You're gonna stay balanced. Your knees are gonna press forward. You're gonna drive up in a straight line. Slide your back foot back. Step your front foot forward, catch the bar overhead in a rock solid locked out position with the shoulders pressed up, the arms pressed up, and the elbows pointed back towards the back wall. So we want interior rotation, right? So if we think interior, it's in, right here, okay? Exterior would be out. Here, we don't want to be there, we want to be interior, have some interior rotation, and then be shrugged up, okay? In the split position, the back knee is going to be slightly down, back heel is up and rotated out, front foot's pointed forward ahead or slightly rotated in, front shin is either vertical or slightly inclined, and then we're in a balanced position. Recover our feet, front foot, back foot. And that's the basics of the split jerk. So with the bar, this is what it looks like. So we're gonna do it from the rack just to give you a more isolated focus of what that means. So we grab it with a clean grip, because I don't really make an adjustment. Some people adjust out, some people do some funky stuff. I don't do that. And I would say for simplicity's sake, you shouldn't do it either. So hands in a clean grip position. Bars in the front rack. Okay, elbows are in the same spot. Bar is on my shoulders, not tense in my hands. My hands are relaxed. My balance, again, right over my ankle. Dip, drive, split. Okay, so in real speed, real time. That's very, very basic split jerk. Common problems, generally going to involve the dip and drive. Most people can get in a decent position in the front rack, but it'll be dipping forward or dipping to the wrong position. So there's just a general looseness with the dip. The key to strength sports and a lot of athletic endeavors is going to be rigidity, but being rigid in the right spots at the right times in the right way. So here, rigid in our trunk, rigid in our front rack, because we're supporting the weight with our upper body. We're going to be really rigid as we give our legs time to work. So we're rigid, we hold position, we give our legs time to work, we create an impulse, split and catch. If you find that you're dipping right, just find that balance point in both feet, go down and go up. Both feet down and up. Okay, if you find you're dipping forward, you can do the same thing. Exercises that are going to help with that error would be push press, where you're dipping evenly, driving evenly, and finishing overhead in one fluid motion. A power jerk, dipping evenly, driving evenly, catching the weight overhead. Or a pause jerk, okay? Dip, hold, balance, drive and catch, okay? The other error is gonna be with footwork. Generally, the error is gonna look something like this. So, you get in the front rack, back foot kicks back, front foot is short, and the timing is off, okay? So that means you're generally cutting your drive up and you're getting a lot of air before you anchor the back foot. What's going to remediate that is one, having a long drive through the legs, getting that full impulse, and then sliding and stepping, right? So it's going to be impulse, slide, step. I have a video up on my YouTube channel, the one you're currently on. If you go in my videos, type in stepping jerk balance, you'll see Joe and Ada discuss an exercise that involves dip, drive, step, step to get the timing and the position down. So I like that. I like good coaching to correct the split or the footwork. I like really good coaching for that. There are a lot of drills, a lot of exercises, but good coaching is kind of the centerpiece for all of that. As far as programming goes, basically the same as the snatch video. I would start with higher volumes, more variation or more classic lifts, feeding into more heavier classics with variations for technical support or fatigue management. There's no reason to overcomplicate it. A basic periodized plan would work. I'd say one recipe I really like is going to be triples in the jerk from the back or from the front or with a pause. Power, push, or just classic, it's whatever you need. And then you feed that into doubles. Okay, you go threes, you maybe go 4, 3, 3, 3. You go 4, 3, heavy 3, down week. That down week could even be twos. And then you transition into a block where it's 3, 2, 2. Could be 3, 1 variation plus a classic, and then be 2, 1 variation plus a classic, and then be 2 to 1. Okay, variation plus classic to warm up. And then for your top sets, you take off one of the exercises. So it'd be a classic lift to a max, or be a variation to a max. The next block, you could do doubles to singles, you can do waves, you can do on the minute work. Depending on how you stagger the week, you can have higher intensity lifts kind of on both ends, one with a little more of a volume emphasis, and then you peak the classic lift at some point. And then you go into comp prep. So that's a basic way to program the split jerk. I would say my training with that is going to be very, very exercise selection driven, and that's the focus of perfecting the skill. If you guys like the video, if you like any of my videos, any of my content, please hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment down below of what else you'd like to see or what you thought of the content itself. Go listen to the podcast. Go buy the book that Max and I co-wrote together, The Weightlifter's Guide to the Snatch. Support Weightlifting House, Onyx straps. Support philosophical weightlifting, support everything we're all doing. It keeps us being able to do this. It keeps us able to live the life that we live. So we really appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching the video, and we will catch you guys next time. Peace.